What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Luis King Kong Ortiz. Luis Ortiz says that Deontay Wilder is the best of this decade until someone beats him. He said that views Deontay Wilder as the best fighter of the entire division for the last decade. On November 23rd at the MGM Grand, of course, we know Ortiz will challenge Wilder for the second time on Fox Sports pay-per-view. Of course, you know, those guys, they fought before in March of last year. I believe it was March 1st or March 3rd, I believe. And of course, we know what happened in that fight. A lot of controversy, you know. Luis Ortiz was complaining. Well, he didn't complain at the time, but he's complaining now and actually coming forth with the files that were in the first fight, which I mentioned from jump. Of course, cool. But this is what Luis Ortiz also had to say. He said, "I feel really good going into this fight. All the hard work is finally coming to an end, and now it's time to get the proper rest to be at my best on fight night. As a team, we worked smart during this training camp. We did things a little different with my diet, and I believe that will make me perform at a high level on the fight night. My weight is right where I want it. All in all, it's been a very productive training camp." He said, "I said before, Wilder's the best heavyweight of this decade until someone beats him. He will remain the top dog. We have a different strategy in place that I believe we will be different in this rematch. I have plans to end this fight before the final bell, but if we need to go the distance, I am well prepared to take it all the way." Now, he says that Wilder is the best fighter of this decade until someone beats him. Obviously, he didn't see the Tyson Fury-Deontay Wilder fight, did he? Deontay Wilder, a lot of people thought he lost. I thought he lost on points. I thought that he didn't do enough in that fight to win. The two knockdowns weren't enough, okay? Yes, he won those 2 rounds. He got the knockdowns in, but then you have to count round by round, and since it went 12 rounds, you have to tally it up at the end of the day. Now, from Luis Ortiz to say that Deontay Wilder is the best fighter in the decade or of this era in the heavyweight division, that tells me something. It's one of those situations where, like I've always told anyone that follows this channel, when you beat a fighter, and especially Ortiz being an undefeated fighter, you are more than likely to make a fan out of the guy that you've beat. That guy that you beat becomes automatically your fan by default because he's like, okay, you know, I remember Mickey Ward when Mickey Ward lost to Zab Judah, you know, and then ever since that fight with Zab Judah, Mickey Ward was like, I don't care what people say. There's nobody else better than that man. That man is the best I've ever seen. He's the best of this division right here. And then that was at 140, okay? You know, I think this is another example of that. I think that Ortiz, since he was beaten by Deontay Wilder, I think he becomes an automatic spokesman or representative or fan of Deontay Wilder because he was beat by Deontay Wilder. Now, to counterpunch Luis Ortiz, here's the problem. How can you say a man, and this is what makes it contradicting of what he said. How can you say a man is the best in this era that filed you the way he filed you? If he didn't beat you fair and square, how could he be the best? And here's another question. How could he be the best if you haven't fought any of the other champions that are in the top 5? He hasn't fought Ruiz. He hasn't fought Joshua. He hasn't fought Fury. He hasn't fought White. He hasn't fought anyone else. Okay? So it's, you know, it's premature for Luis Ortiz to, first of all, give a guy that filed him to have borderline criminal. Come on, guys. He just said that 2 days ago. And A guy that fouled you like he did, and for you to turn around and then say, oh, he's the best of this era. Okay, well, maybe me counterpunching, thinking how Luis is thinking. Maybe he's trying to make himself look good. Maybe if he says that, hey, Deontay Wilder's the best of this era, and I go in there and knock him out, that means I'm the best of this era. No, it does not. It does not mean you're the best of this era, Ortiz. See, I'm an Ortiz fan, but I'm a realist. See, make no mistake about this, guys. If Ortiz goes in there and knocks out Deontay Wilder, that does not mean Ortiz is the best. That means he's the WBC heavyweight champion of the world and the first Cuban ever to have that. He will make history just like Andy Ruiz, the destroyer, right? That's what that'll mean. Does that mean he's the best? No. How does he prove he's the best? He proves he's the best when he gets his ass in the ring with the other top 5 fighters. Period. Bottom line. If he doesn't do that, he can never claim I'm the best. Sure, he can say that for his own ego, but that's his own ego. He hasn't proved anything. Okay? So that means that. So I don't know where, again, Ortiz is getting, oh, he's the best of this era, saying that now, then turn around and saying, oh, well, yeah, he filed me and he did border criminal. Well, he didn't fight you fair and square, so how could he be the best? And you haven't fought anyone else. You've been on the PBC island too long, brother. You haven't fought any other fighters. Shit, fight Ruiz at least. Kalnaki, Brazil. He hasn't fought any of those people. Okay, I forget who said that, but like Luis Ortiz, what did he merit to get where he is today? And in that case, Deontay Wilder should be pissed off if he gave this guy an opportunity knowing he didn't deserve it. Think about it. Did Ortiz deserve to get this rematch with Deontay Wilder? I mean, what other fighters merits a position to get this particular fight? Dillian White, for one. Fuck the UCAD. They haven't even came up with a B sample yet. He should be innocent until proven guilty. But of course, it's looked at as the other way around, isn't it? Okay. So there's a lot of fighters that could have fought Deontay Wilder. This should have been Tyson Fury here. Why not? All right. But Joshua, that could have been a fight that could have happened. Anyway, there's a lot of fights that could have happened besides a redo of Ortiz and Deontay Wilder. Okay? So for him saying that, I think in this situation, he's just trying to make himself look good because, of course, like I read in this article, he's, had a new strength and conditioning coach. He feels better. He thinks he's going to do a lot better. He can fight better. His diet is better. So I think what he's doing is to say that Deontay Wilder's the best fighter of this era, and then I can go in there and beat him. That means I'm the best fighter of this era. That's what I think Luis Ortiz is talking about. If that isn't the case, we got to consider everything else we discussed and counterpunched. Anyway, Luis Ortiz, Wilder is the best fighter of this decade or this era. You guys tell me what you think about his statement. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been counterpunched. Peace.